Alright ladies, today I want to dive into 3 powerful methods to show a man your worth without saying a word. Because let me say this, you can shout, I'm beautiful, I'm smart, I'm amazing, and all these things that I see a lot of young girls do on the internet thinking that that's true confidence, but only your will prove to anyone how much you believe in yourself. In this video, I'll explain why men value immensely women who know how to recharge their energy, sacrifice their old selves, and continually elevate their frequency. If you're curious to know what the hell I mean by that, stop multitasking, give me your full attention, and listen carefully to these insights. So let's talk about energy. Not the kind that powers your phone, but the kind that powers. The kind that makes you feel alive, vibrant, and frankly, irresistible. Because here's the thing, ladies, your energy is a magnet. It's what draws people in or pushes them away. Think of yourself like a battery. You start the day fully charged, ready to go. But every interaction, every task, every bit of stress, it drains you little by little. And what happens when your battery gets low? You become irritable, impatient, and let's be honest, not much fun to be around. Now, imagine a man you're dating witnessing this constant depletion. He sees you giving your all to work, to friends, to family, maybe even to him, but never filling your own cup. Subconsciously, he starts to wonder, if she doesn't even have the energy for herself, how can she possibly have enough for me? And trust me, men pick up on this. They can feel it in the way you move, the way you speak, the way you react. When your energy is low, you're essentially broadcasting a message that says, I'm not valuable. I don't prioritize myself. And that, my friends, is not a message that attracts a high-quality man. So what's the solution? It's simple, but not always easy. You need to become a master of recharging your own batteries. This means prioritizing self-care, setting boundaries, and saying no to things that drain you, even if it means disappointing others. Think about it. What truly energizes you? Is it a long walk in nature, a hot bath with a good book, a creative project that sets your soul on fire? Whatever it is, make time for it. Schedule it into your week like it's the most important meeting of your life, because in a way, it is. When you prioritize your own well-being, when you make self-care non-negotiable, something magical happens. Your energy starts to overflow. You radiate a different kind of confidence, a quiet knowing that you are worthy of love and attention, simply because you owe it to yourself first. And that, ladies, is incredibly attractive, because a man who sees you taking care of yourself, investing in your own happiness, he'll recognize that you're not someone who needs to be taken care of. You're someone who, to his life, someone who enhances his journey. Remember, you can't pour from an empty cup. So fill yours up, let it overflow, and watch how the right man gravitates towards your radiant magnetic energy. Now let's talk about something a little uncomfortable but absolutely crucial to showing your worth. Letting go of your old self. I know, it sounds a bit dramatic, but hear me out. We all have a past. We all have baggage, insecurities, and old versions of ourselves that we sometimes cling to. But here's the thing. Those old versions, they don't serve you anymore. In fact, they're holding you back from the incredible woman you're meant to become. Think about it. Have you ever dated someone who was stuck in their past? Someone who constantly talked about their ex or refused to try new things because of something that happened years ago? It's exhausting, isn't it? It's like they're stuck in a time warp, unable to move forward and experience the fullness of life. Now imagine the opposite. Imagine being with a woman who is constantly evolving, who embraces change, who isn't afraid to shed her skin and become a new, more vibrant version of herself. That's exciting, isn't it? It's like dating a whole new person every few months in the best way possible. Let me give you a personal example. A few years ago, I went through a pretty rough breakup. I was devastated, heartbroken, and convinced I'd never find love again. But instead of wallowing in that misery, I decided to make a change. I started going to therapy. I picked up new hobbies. I even changed my style. I basically reinvented myself from the inside out. And you know what? It wasn't easy. It was scary, uncomfortable, and sometimes downright painful. But it was also the most liberating, empowering experience of my life. Because on the other side of that discomfort, I discovered a strength and a resilience I never knew I had. And you know what else? Men noticed. They were drawn to my newfound confidence, my willingness to grow, my refusal to be defined by my past. They saw a woman who was going places, a woman who was on a journey of self-discovery, and they wanted to be a part of it. So, how do you start shedding your old skin? It's about identifying the limiting beliefs, the negative self-talk, the old patterns that are holding you back. It's about challenging yourself to step outside of your comfort zone, to try new things, to embrace the unknown. Maybe it's finally ending that toxic friendship that's been draining you for years. Maybe it's taking that course you've always wanted to take but were too afraid to try. Maybe it's simply saying yes to more opportunities even if they scare you a little. Remember, change can be scary, but it's also an invitation to grow. And when you commit to your own evolution, you become a force to be reckoned with. A woman who inspires not just herself, but everyone around her. And that, my friends, is the definition of irresistible. Chapter 3. The Frequency of Comfort. How to break free from the negative and attract the positive. Now, let's talk about something I call the frequency of comfort and how it directly impacts the quality of men you attract. You see, we all have a certain frequency that we operate on. It's like an invisible energy field that surrounds us, and it's constantly broadcasting signals to the world. Now, here's the thing. Our frequency is directly influenced by our thoughts, our beliefs, and our overall outlook on life. If we're constantly dwelling on negativity, if we're surrounded by drama, if we're stuck in a cycle of self-doubt and insecurity, our frequency is going to be low. And guess what? Low frequencies attract low frequencies. It's like tuning your radio to a station that's nothing but static and interference. You're not going to find anything good there, are you? But here's the good news. You have the power to change your frequency. You have the power to tune into a station that's playing your favorite song, a station that's full of joy, abundance, and love. Now, I want you to think about a time when you felt truly happy, confident, and at peace with yourself. What were you doing? Who were you with? What were you thinking about? Really tap into that feeling because that's the frequency you want to be operating on. One of my favorite quotes, and something I truly live by, is from Brianna Wiest's book, The Mountain Is You. She says, "Comfort is the enemy of progress." If you want your life to change, you have to be willing to be uncomfortable. Think about that for a second. How often do we stay stuck in situations, relationships, or even mindsets that are no longer serving us, simply because they're familiar? We cling to the known, even if it's making us miserable, because it's easier than facing the unknown. But here's the thing. Growth, true, lasting happiness, it doesn't happen in your comfort zone. It happens when you're willing to challenge your limiting beliefs, to step outside of the familiar, to embrace the discomfort of growth. So, how do you shift your frequency? It starts with becoming aware of your thoughts. Are you constantly focusing on the negative? Are you surrounding yourself with people who drain your energy? Are you holding on to past hurts and resentments? If so, it's time to make a change. Start by surrounding yourself with positivity. Read inspiring books, listen to uplifting music, spend time with people who lift you up. Challenge your negative thoughts. Whenever you catch yourself spiraling into self-doubt, ask yourself, is this thought really true? Is it serving me? Or is it just an old pattern that I need to break free from? Remember, you attract what you are, not what you want. So if you want to attract a high-quality man, a man who values you, respects you, and cherishes you, you need to become that woman first. Elevate your frequency, embrace your worth, and watch as the right man gravitates towards your radiant magnetic energy. All right, ladies, that's it for today's video. To end it, I want to share one of the comments that I was talking about before, and here it is. Missive 932 wrote, "It's too much work to attract a man. I am too busy earning a living and being independent. I have no time for all the effort and games. At the end of the day, 60% of men would rather make it work with a loose woman than a good one. I've seen it with my own eyes." Facts. Well, Missy, you mentioned 60% of men, so what about the other 40%? Again, you're focusing on the 60, you're focusing on the negative. So I hope this video inspires you to shift your focus and manifest someone who truly aligns with your values and desires. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. I'm glad that you've chosen me to learn about self-love, dating, and relationship dynamics. Because like I always say, for your relationships to change, need to change. Have a beautiful day.